I left it there, on the side table of our office, just like I had done every Thursday for the past 8 weeks. She wasn't as useless as I made her feel, but she was downright cold for making me leave that way. I knew it wasn't all about the money for her, but she made it hard for a guy like me to believe it. Another one of them beings who had a way of making a lot less of themselves, who never really care about the traces they leave in your heart or the changes they have brought about you. And she did change me. All she ever did was listen. I guess nobody ever listened to a damn thing I've ever thought of without changing their idea or without bringing their own stupid ideas to it all. I got what I needed and left, with a decision that was made pretty much before the whole 8 weeks began. But I didn't mind sitting with Mrs. Larner every Thursday. It was something worth looking forward to, and the more she seemed to oppose my ideas, the more solidified they became. So, I walked on down that evening and began the process of changing my name. I went through a bunch of diminutive suffixes, looking for something that went with the ring of Mrs. Larner. I liked the R sound. It had a nice vigor to it. It took me several attempts before I went with choosing Winter Turner. I didn't much like the winter, but the Mr. Turner was good enough. And winter was good on its own too. And I went with it. And that was it. The beginning of the end. I was no longer Lenny Brents. Besides, I think the Brents never came from anywhere either. Some old Brents must have done the same thing I did.